Hi, my name is Adolfo, and this is Life of Adolfo. Today I wanted to talk about the Canelo hand gesture, but I'm gonna walk you through. It happened after the fight. The fight basically, some people had Canelo winning, others had Billy Joe Saunders winning by +2 rounds, and some had him winning the first round and on the fifth round. For me, I didn't want to be biased, but still it didn't matter since it was a TKO. And the reason I wanted to bring that before the hand gestures because we got to go through everything that happened so we could see the frustration and so on. So before the fight, we all know that Billy Joe was saying a lot of things. He said something to a reporter, and he said something about if he's going to go, another person told him if he's going to go to Guadalajara, that's where Canelo's from, and he said something, I think it was inappropriate, but I don't really recall it. So that built the momentum. We also got to remember, Billy Joe went inside the ring. He slow played it, and he went inside the ring. So what did Canelo did? He waited until all three songs, basically short version of the singer Pepe Aguilar, before he even came out, so he could walk to the ring. So he played the same games basically, but it probably added up. How about that? During the fight, we also saw Canelo show his excitement after he noticed that Billy Joe was already, his eye was injured. He raised his both hands, trying to cheer up the crowd, but he also maybe for leaving his frustration and probably happiness or whatever. And then he did one more motion. But in one of those rounds, and in America, DAZN, because other countries may have different cameramans, different, like in Mexico, it's TV Azteca and so on, that they may have their own cameraman and not showing everything that the US sees. So in the US, they showed, I believe his name is Nº⁵ Boo Boo Andrade. He's a boxer in the same weight class as Canelo. He had a t-shirt and it said Canelo and BJS, as in Billy Joe Saunders, are afraid to fight Boo Boo. Boo Boo is his nickname. So once the fight was over, they interviewed Canelo. I also watched it because I wanted to know who he's going to fight next. I was hoping he fought Plant to unify all the belts. I wanted to know if he's going to fight him and when, since Canelo said he planned to fight 5 times this year. The most obvious date will be September, since that's Mexican Independence Day. At that point, Canelo said, Viva Mexico, cabrones. It's kind of like basically motivating the Mexican fans, but also using some sort of Bogotari, I don't know how to say that word, like basically a slang, like that type of language. But also like in a cursing type, but to motivate. So you could tell Canelo was, first he wanted to knock down Billy Joe, the momentum and everything, the excitement on the ring, the way he ended, and now he's talking more English as well. And I'm not saying he didn't know English, because there's some, like my wife, she knew English, but she never spoke it, but she knew everything that people were saying. That's why when you see the translator with Canelo, they only translate what he's saying, but they don't translate things to him, what the reporter or anybody in English is saying, since he already knows what they're saying. Maybe a word or two, he might say, what did he mean? And that's the way. So I watched both things. Then the press conference happened. I didn't watch it since I showed up late and I saw it was like an hour and something. I didn't want to watch it. So I was watching the highlights out of other YouTubers. Probably watched like 7, 8 of them of the same thing, because I wanted to see the point of view of the YouTuber. With that being said, the biggest one out of all of them was when, I'm not sure if Andrade, Boo Boo, made a question or anything that got Canelo mad. And that's where Canelo said, get the F out. You haven't fought nobody. He was saying it in English, by the way. All you want is a payday. And I forgot other things that he was saying. And of course, Andrade got mad and he said, F you and whatever. Somebody was holding him. I'm not sure if it was a cornerman, coach, dad, brother, family member, friend, or whatever, but you could tell they were together. Because he was also speaking to Canelo, that's why. Also like mad or whatever. But either one of them, since he was holding him and he was going to get escorted by him or security, one of them said, it's messed up. Now, what was messed up of that? Maybe they saw that the cursing was inappropriate, or that Canelo's telling him to leave in a disrespectful way. At the same time, we got to remember, Andrade had that shirt. Canelo just came out of fighting someone that was annoying him. Third, Billy Joe Saunders did the same thing on a press conference, basically make a question of Canelo, and maybe Canelo is tired of boxers doing the same thing. Basically doing the same routine to fight him. Now, I was scrolling through TikTok, and all of a sudden I saw the same interview of because there's memes about Canelo saying, get the F out. But on that one, I saw it on a different angle, and it said, Canelo said, get the F out. As soon as I saw the hand gesture that I didn't see on YouTube, maybe because I wasn't paying attention, I had to go to the comments. I had to go to the comments for two reasons. One, someone's going to post, what does it mean? No, someone's going to say, what does that hand gesture mean? And the second one, someone's going to reply what the hand gesture was. Sure enough, I went to the comments, I read them, and one of them said it means, because for me, it means something else, okay? And that's where apparently it has two meanings, okay? The guy had like 6 likes, and he said it means huevos. Huevos, translating accurately, it means balls, okay? But in the translation that he was saying it, huevos, toma, the cleanest version is like telling Andrade whatever. Then you could say, get the F out. It also, and it could mean a little bit harsher or something like that, okay? But like I said, that's not the way I use it. So I'm just telling you the way the other individual. When I posted it, it got like 27 likes. So you could tell it's not about the likes. You could tell that more people agree on the way that I said it, or they're more familiar on the way that I said it. But first, I'm 45 years old. So the way I heard the slang was like 30 plus years ago. Maybe they decided to change it in another state, or another state has it, or the younger generation is using it differently. Second, I'm from California, but I'm from a place where there's a lot of farmers, and even at school we speak Spanish. But back then, okay, like I said, it's like 30 years ago. But most of them are from Michoacán, Guanajuato, Sonora, Baja, all the northern states of Mexico. So basically what I'm saying is that the way I'm using it, whoever brought it to our city is from the northern states of Mexico. I texted my wife to know what it meant. And without even telling her what I think it meant or whatever, and she said, it means what you said. And basically she said, it means this. So it means what I said, okay? So it means F your mom in Spanish. And the translation is the same, okay? Unless someone wants to tell you, no, but it means he probably meant it like this. Nah, the actual translation, if you go to Google Translation, English to Spanish, is going to tell you the same thing that I said. So the northern states or whatever use the slang that I said. My wife is from Culiacan, from Sinaloa, Culiacan, I think, is the capital. She's in one of the surrounding areas, but she visits Culiacan a lot, okay? The northern states, they use it the way I use it because I also travel to Baja, and they use it the way I use it. One of the persons that was saying it means huevos, balls, he's from Mexico City. Mexico City uses different slang. They also say, hey, mi banda, cheve, chido. Words that I don't use or northern states don't use. So with that being said, it depends how Canelo used it, because Canelo is from Guadalajara. Guadalajara is, I want to say, southern or central Mexico on the west side. So we got to ask Canelo basically what he meant or how he used it. But at the same time, we got to ask the city or the place that he's from, because he might try to clean it as well or whatever, right? But you got to remember, okay, the way Canelo said it, or the way he said it, I don't want to say I agree with it, because I never try to disrespect a mom or whatever, a mom or a family or stuff like that. So in my way, no, but other people use it. They use it like this, or either one with a whistle. And some people are used to saying it a lot. As for me, when I hear Canelo speaking in Spanish, he don't use cursing. But on this interview, he used a lot of cursing, maybe because it's English, and that's one of the first words that, like, my wife learned, that cursing words. With that being said, do I agree what Canelo did? I'm a fan of him boxing. So fan-wise, I'm a fan. Cursing, this is a second language, so I don't agree with it, but he said it. I don't know how he meant it, but we got to remember the momentum that was getting built, and Andrade going there, he didn't have nothing to do right there. And so on, they got Canelo mad. And he probably was still trying to let his frustration out. Because even Eddie Hearns told him something, he said, easy money. Basically, he was talking about Billy Joe Saunders. He said, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I told you it was easy money. That's what he told Eddie Hearns on a one-on-one that got recorded. So that's what it means with the hand gesture, depending on what part. Now, if you're from Central America, it might mean something else. South America, it might mean something else. But since Canelo's Mexican, we got to use the ones that are common for Mexicans. So if you're Mexican and if you heard of that, if you've seen that, post what it meant, what you think it meant, or what it means to you. I know the US, some of them probably haven't seen it, because, like I said, I'm already old school, so I'm used to the slang the way I grew up, all right? So have a good day, and you learned something. Another thing about TikTok, sorry, some TikTokers were saying on the comments, like, well, now the secret's out, basically. Like, now people that are not Mexicans know what it means. So now you guys may know what it means, depending on who you throw that symbol to, okay? Have a good day.